Welcome to another thrilling edition of PremierTwo. I will endeavor to entertain you for the next 6, 7, overtime, who knows, hours, as we celebrate somehow making it to this mile marker on our road to damnation. Year number 4 is in the books, because today's going to be a bit of a special one. I'm getting a little long in the tooth, getting a little older, getting a little wiser. So I have about 60-something photos to share with you guys for the year that was. I have a curated list of most of the games that we played during this past year. We're going to take a look at the photos, talk about the games and experiences that we had. I'm going to forget a lot of stuff, but check this out. Guys, are you ready? 1 year ago, you absolute dipshit. Some things never change. 1 year ago, I could hardly believe my eyes. As we were on the midst of our 3rd anniversary, or right before, we were actually doing the first RV stream. That's how long ago it was. Or it was actually the 2nd RV stream, technically. The 2nd RV stream, but it was within 1 year. The first was with Ditus and me and Garnt. I was rocking the long hair, don't care phase. I think it really accentuated the forehead. I much prefer the hair I've got now. I'm so much more happier with the shoulder length flow, not whatever that abomination was. Now, and before we say it, I don't want anybody to mention that in almost every single photo, I'm doing this. I know, because I added all of these pictures myself. So then we had Sea Dog and the monkeys. Who could forget this legendary RV stream where we went to the zoos? We had great times, great vibes. There was the paddle boarding. There was barbecues. I got a nice capture of Julian there working overtime with the chat, with the big rig. Of course, the original Mogfather himself, Lud Bud, looking good. Do you guys remember this? This was when we made our own noodles, and they said that mine and Chris's were the best, which really just means mine, because Chris did not help. Gotta include the hound art, which is a great memory of all of us hanging around the campfire. Absolutely based art. Love that. Almost as perfect and as poetic as Ian sucking down his 17th coffee in the day. You know, you can't help but notice that my guy is going through it. Ian realizing he has to spend a lot more time with me. It's a great photo, but not as good as the photo that I took. Look at that shot that I got. That is one of the best photos I've ever taken in my entire life. That has 0 edits on it. As much as I enjoyed the 3rd RV stream, I think the ending in the shadow of Fuji in the background and Lud gutting the fish that he caught and hanging out over that fire, that is a peak RV ending. That's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that mountain. Look at Fuji. My eyes do this thing where they go up like they're seeing sunlight for the first time. When somebody says to me, just look sexy, that is what comes to mind, and I'm embarrassed by it. It looks like I'm literally in pain. I'm not really sure what was going on here. This was sent from Mouse's channel, and I remember being trapped in the glass, and I made my hair like that, and she kind of joined. We were both trapped in there. My God, I'm so glad that this hair is gone. Now that right there, that's the Macho Man Randy Savage sunset. Great shot, cool ass jacket. It is my dream to fit into that once again. That's the anime closer pic that slowly fades out. Oh, yes. Ah, this one. I don't even know how I did that. This song only works if you hear this. Look at those jeggings. Those jeggings are about as tight as they can get. So great looping shot there. Anybody want to take a guess who that friend is right there? It's a huge fan of his channel. I often raid there or watch. It's not Alex. This is Riggy Boy, Retro Island Gaming. It's Riggy Boy himself. So now we're zooming out and we're in the middle to late October. We are at TwitchCon NA in this picture. So now we're at TwitchCon NA, and right here, this is my good friend Aaron, who was on the Texas stream, and he was also my first viewer. There's the legend himself, Cousin Jeff. You guys might remember Cousin Jeff from this.
It's time for PremierTwo. He's the greatest at being the least, most greatest, our favorite Rio. Gonna play some games and chat with me and you. We never asked for this.
So this was the 40th birthday party where I had won some chips, and it was good times and good vibes. Right here was where we went to Rob CD's meet and greet, which was super fun, super exciting. We got our friend Kevin there as well. But the only downside was I had to walk around with that balloon for about 2 hours. Great times. Also, we had the first time I had ever competed in Twitch Rivals. So we had Demon Dice, we had Sea Dog, we had 5UP and myself, and that was super fun. We clutched up and did pretty damn well. Oh, when you let the squad down, you know, actually we can time you out for that comment. I won't do it because I'm a bigger man. I did not let the team down. I blame Rainho in general. Super fun though. I was also on like 1 hour of sleep here. I had about 75 energy drinks and coffee. This was weird. One of the backstage gifts was pubic hair trimmers. This was me when I finally got back to town from my birthday, from being gone. Kupo-san clearly missed me very, very much. He was very, very, very excited. He gave me the old Kupo block. Missed him. By that time, my TV had still never been turned on yet. As soon as I got back into town, I had to deal with Nathan. I had to deal with all these crazies, including Jock. So I had barely been back a day, and I took them to a really cool place in Shinjuku called Hanbei. I think that Nathan was streaming that. This was another fun night where Nathan, Kleben, and Teddy and I went and played Jackpot. As you can see, Teddy got the baby drink, I got the big boy, and Kleben had the snacks. That was a fun night. Oh yeah. This one was during a community meetup in Tokyo where Treon the Great got me a gift for my birthday, which was Corey in the House, which I kept it in the background in honor of my good friend, but no longer VIP Treon. This is us outside of a chicken place that my friend Chris got reservations for us. You got Kudo-kin in there as well. This was an Ian showed up. I don't even remember that. This was a great place. Now, I actually have two photos of this. One, Kleben is standing in the middle. The other one, Kleben is falling down this way to the right. I chose the nice one for Kleben. So after this, we have Arthur Pandavirius flexing at the hub. Absolute Giga Chad, badass legend. Then we all went to the Mario bar where I met Chris Broad, and you'll notice that Nathan's the only one who refuses to have fun with the gang and play around. He refuses to join in when everybody else is enjoying themselves. Over here we have, after that, I think one of the most important moments in all of gaming history. Some do call me the Suika King. Some have anointed me as the best of all time. Next we have one of the other best photos I've ever taken. My beautiful wife in front of the Eiffel Towers. Eiffel Tower, there's not two. This was during December. Look at her all in her big scarf that I bought her and her giant phone case. Was this pre or post? Pre-robbery. Post-robbery. You can tell that my wife is still recovering from, like, scared. I think she looks kind of like recovering. I really love this photo of us. I would pay someone good money to remove these other empty glasses, but that's a great photo. Fantastic that we survived such a harrowing event. And then this is the legend himself, Nick. He's the legend himself who helped me calm down, call the embassy, get sorted. And as we were leaving, I had very little money to my name. Nick gave us every single sterling and pound that he had in his pocket so that Yuki and I could still go and enjoy dinner together. This is the Nag's Head, or as Yuki called it, the Nazgul. Every time I mention Nick to Yuki, she goes, I remember him. He's our angel. I go, yeah, that's true. He is our angel. This is me saying goodbye to dreary old London. Yuki and I did have enough time to sneak into the Museum of Natural History, and I picked myself up a dino sweater. And as soon as I got back to Japan, off to the snow to see my good friend Chris Broad, as we literally were chained together. Very fun video, very, very cold. There's Ian after he kind of got the car free. Look at that man fighting through the elements. Unbelievable. That's Ian for sure. Now, we all remember this photo. This photo was legendary because I predicted that I would tweet this photo as I won the Crane Game Challenge. And sure enough, I took it as I knew I would win. Also of note was that this microphone I forgot to turn on. So for the entire time I was there, that microphone was never used. It was just, they had to use the raw audio of my voice into Paul's feed. After that, we did our very first time doing the Gelgoog, where we built a Gundam together on stream. It was one of the original Pito crafts. Remember how much fun that was? The Gelgoog himself. That was super fun. Then we started building Legos and doing things. Also, pretty cool photo. I did talk to our friend Notorious Monster. We are going to start the Legos back up again soon. I don't know why I have this saved or what it's from, but I like that GIF. It must have been from me and Chris, me struggling to survive. This right here was not streamed or anything special. It was special. This was my friend Chris, who you guys might know as Dot Decor and More, a great, great, great friend of the channel. This was his 46th birthday. No lie, doesn't that kind of look like Date-san from Yakuza in the background? I think he was turning 46 or 47. It was his birthday and we went out somewhere. I can't remember where we were or what we were doing, but I remember we were eating and stuff, but it was somewhere, I can't remember where we were. This does not need to be revisited. Under no circumstance do I ever want to relive this moment again. This was not streamed. This was the man who put chopsticks between the underwear that he was wearing, and he went like, and snapped them. That was the Hashi Master. And somehow Nathan saved that photo and we have this legendary memory. He went full MacGruber. What a nightmare that was. But I thought it'd be good to keep it as a memory. Speaking of Mudan, we've worked together for about a year now. This is the only thumbnail I ever told him we cannot use this. I said, Mudan, I don't know what you're thinking, but this picture, we cannot use this. I don't even know what that is. It's cursed. It's like photoshopped, terrifying, drug-addled, frightening AI. Here's Johnny. Look at that. It's. You think that should be an emote? All right, I'll send that to Nate as well. The 100 sub notification is 100% me shaking my ass like Yoshi, going. That stays. After that, we took to the road for what I believe is now the cyclothon. So we have Cameraman Paul doing Cameraman Paul things with his tiny umbrella for his... This looks like it's at Legoland, but I actually don't have a lot of pictures from that event, but who could forget MC Beef Bowl?
Hey, all you tough guys behind your computer screens, you keyboard warriors, why don't you come up with some insults, bitch? Because you wouldn't say it to my face. You might as well put it on a donation. Put some dead presidents behind it. And if you're lucky, you ain't gonna run into me on the mean streets of Nagoya. Bitch.
Or as Ian always calls him, MC Fat Bucket. Yo, everybody here talking shit like they don't know MC Beef Bowl, bitch. I still have the chain. It's hanging up behind me somewhere. That was when we started doing the cyclothon. Can you guys believe that was this year? Guys, special guest for the 4th anniversary. 4 years.
Great, good job. Thank you for your support. Zoro.
All right, see you.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Done.
Who could forget this Pinochet picture? Awesome shot. I've never looked older or more out of shape. I think my body was revolting against me, but that was for $1 million. $1 million in charity. What an event. What an awesome experience. I absolutely adore this photo. The legends. That was such a highlight of my year, of my life. Love this. I still get told, are you the guy who shouted sex at Tokyo Tower? Yes. But that's not my fault. After that, we had this legendary moment. Now, I know this is not a picture of me, but who could forget our return to Vanadiel? No, Eorzea, where we had a Final Fantasy XIV for the ages. Connor finally playing, Mouse back in the game. That was fantastic. I'm on the right, Connor's in the middle, Mouse on the left. Super sick. Who could forget our good friend James? James, the coffee barista master. Do you guys remember how awesome he was as a guest? Super friendly, awesome on camera, great friend. We had a lot of fun at the Mario bar. Absolute legend, looking so good. He needs to start streaming. James and I having fun at a Touchnomi in Shimbashi. Us at the baseball game where the people behind us were these lovely women. We all just became friends at the baseball game. Why not? We had a few pops, had a few bit of fun. Cute photo, fantastic time. Then I went to England. Right after that, I banged my head off the pavement. Somewhere in there, I think I'd already hit my head. We went to sunny old England, and I had a Branston pickles and cheese sandwich. Absolutely loved being in the beer garden and having sweet potato fries, some olives, and some ciders. But who could forget our legendary hand-drawn map? When we beat The Legend of Zelda on the Nintendo Entertainment System, we drew every single square together. That's not the finished map. The finished map is a little better, but what an awesome experience that was. Inside of England, I went to our good friend Spriter's Resource, Daz's place. I stuck the DAPS sticker at the very top. So now in England, there is a DAPS sticker, the DAPS famous hood joint that we love. And you guys should definitely go to the barcade. It's super fun. Also, while we were walking around, I summoned something from Darkest Dungeon. Had a little fun with this photo. It did look like some sort of ancient burial ground area. So I decided to give it my best, whatever the f that is. Then who could forget the cycle across Rotterdam? That was Norwich. Yes, it was. It was Norwich with Connor, Rainho, and myself. So now we're getting close to the summertime, and we had our first meet and greet officially sponsored by Twitch. The PremierTwo meet and greet. God damn, that's crazy. And then the pre-PremierCon meetup where Nathan fell asleep early and didn't get to hang out with us, but that was so much fun. This was also the night where Spice Bag, the guy behind me, spilled his entire beer all over my hair and my jacket and my jeans as he gave me a hug. Who could forget the Flood to Flood amazing cyclothon diorama? Awesome. I still have it, although it did not survive international travel. Ian says this one's much better. There we have it. The lore-accurate version. Then we have me trying to steal the Sea Dog VA sign and failing epically. I couldn't hold on to it. It's gone now. One of my favorite photos ever. Look at that. Is that not an amazing photo? And the fella Artois centers it perfectly. This was the PremierCon number 3, and just so many amazing people in attendance. And of course, we have the Nathan photo over here. What a great night. And we have the fella Artois with Nathan before he got sick. Jesus Christ. Terrifying. And then the staff ended up, I think they ended up liking us because we made them like $1 bajillion. But at first they were very kind of like, I'm not so sure about you. And then by the end they were like, please come back next year. Fantastic place though. That's the last photo Great shot. That right there is a year's worth of high-flying action. Next, we're gonna go briefly over all of the games. Here are the games that we've played this year of the past year. We started, as we always do, with Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Somehow we averaged 2,700 viewers on that stream with a max viewership of 8,000. I'm gonna guess we got raided. That had to have been a raid day. Every year I play Castlevania because it's the first game that we always play. We did Lies of P, which was tons of fun. We had the Suika game where I ended up being the 3570. We played a little bit of Spider-Man 2. We played about 4 hours of the game, which I thought we played a lot more, but we did have fun with it. It was a fun game. Then we had the first real big event. We did the Star Ocean, the second story, I don't turn this off until I beat the game special. And that was a pretty wild ride. It took about 3 or 4 days, but we did beat it. And that was a fun experience. We then did it again with Super Mario RPG. Those were 2 fun experiences where I voiced all the characters. We jumped into Celeste and the Theatrhythm Final Fantasy game. We did do a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 revisit. We went back to Marvel's Spider-Man 2 for another 19. I knew we played that game more. We did Death Must Die. There was that big run of Lethal Company where we were all trying to, meme it up and have fun with that and be goofy and shit. Pizza Tower, I tried. Didn't really get into it. We couldn't get Binding of Isaac to work. We revisited Cult of the Lamb. We did our annual Secret of Monkey Island playthrough. Remember how fun that Secret of Monkey Island stream was, though? I totally forgot that we did the Iceborne mod for Monster Hunter World, and actually that game was fucking awesome. Apex Legends was for the Final Fantasy event with Connor. We did Pal World that I played for about an hour as Connor and Mouse argued. We had my Tekken 8 run. Tekken 8 where I learned how to play Paul and beat the story mode. We did Hearthstone. You can see record low of follows per hour. Final Fantasy 7. I got 23 hours through it. It was supposed to be Final Fantasy February. I remember we binned it. Then we did the remake all the way until it bricked my PlayStation. We did Supermarket Simulator for the first time. Helldivers 2 took the gaming world by storm. That's where we first collabed with Pirate Software. Then we did Dragon's Dogma 2 for one stream. I bought like the special edition. After the Cyclothon, we came back and did nearly 60 hours of Eiyuden Chronicles 100 Heroes. We tried so hard on that game. Then we played Noita briefly. We did a variety stream, which I don't even know what that is, but we lost people. My guess is variety was when we did Beat the Pete against mods, and all of these are the mods leaving. Hades 2, we crushed. Metal Slug Tactics, we enjoyed. Darkest Dungeon, I always revisit and play this game. You know I'm a big fan. Dark and Darker, pretty sick, but not really for me. Metal Slug Reloaded, we played because we saw an ad for it on a Nintendo Direct, and that game was not what I was hoping for. Then we did Stardew, which we played 72 goddamn hours this year. Who could forget this? Elden Ring, 60 hours of DLC fun. Then we fucked with Street Fighter 6 a little bit. We did vanilla Minecraft, Final Fantasy 14 online. This may have been the streaming event on this channel for the year. The Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. Hold it! Objection! Those were fun, man. The Phoenix Wright was very, very fun. After that, we had Supermarket Together with Mouse during the subathon.
Then we went back to a game called Dungeons and Degenerate Gamblers. This one was a tough one, but you know that when I played my hand the first time, double up or quit, you know I'm gonna win. We navigated the pits of hell. Magneto was right. Funny. And I was never wrong. This was not Leroy King. This was a different character. More of a Sam Elliott type.
We had an impressive run of sponsored games. One of them was Genshin Impact. My first time playing it. And I actually thought that stream went pretty well. World of Warcraft, you guys hated, although in the past year, we did 2 different things. One, we had my hardcore dwarf hunter who was killed because I was arguing with a member of my alliance and walked into a Tarn guard from the Horde. Then we did the expansion expansion, which was also fun. Diablo 2 Resurrected was my favorite stream of the year, where I had the most fun and we did magic finding, but it did cost me over 75 gifted subs. Then we did Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth, which was a ton of fun, but that was another sponsored stream. Then we played the Marvel vs. Capcom Collection. We did Warhammer with Thor, Slay the Spire, where I went 3 for 3. 3 for 3. I played 3 games of Slay the Spire, and I won 3 goddamn times. Pretty impressive. We went back, as we always do, to Vampire Survivors. We did Bloodborne for a bit during the subathon. Who could forget Fast Penguins? When Nathan decided to insult the sponsored stream within 6 seconds of joining me on air. Oh, I forgot. We actually beat Yakuza Kiwami 2. We beat a Yakuza game in 2024 in the past year. Nobody had that on their bingo card. We did a little bit of Link to the Zelda, A Link to the Past with like a mod. Cuphead with Connor was insane. Then we had Batman Arkham Asylum. Who could forget Batman? Hello, Bats! Looks like you're never going to finish this game, are you? Unless you finally find the time or a mod to shut me up. We're never going to play that again because he wouldn't shut up in the background. One of my big surprises of the year was the Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. Genuinely impressive. We had a lot of fun with that, and I had a clip from that go viral. It was picked up by the Gaming Joe with like 3 million views. It was me throwing a fire extinguisher into Paul's ballsack. We did Dead Rising 2 with Mouse, and that was fun, although the game is kind of jank. We got into Silent Hill 2. We got sponsored to play Metaphor ReFantasia. We did Ballionaire. We crushed Rivals of Aether 2, and we had 432 hours of just chatting, and that brings us to today. Yes! What a great year. There were so many fun games, so many good moments. Fucking awesome. That is the games that we played this year. Some really, really fine titles. Great year. Now, among that stuff, we've had Journey Across Japan. We've had 2 RV streams. We've had a collective amazing amount of charity money raised on the Cyclothon. We've had Mouse's Subathon. I joined Onigiri in her place and did cooking and became the Butter Rizzler. I've joined countless amazing streamers, met thousands of incredible people, and it's been a actually ludicrously awesome ride. All right, boys. Penny Pete's gonna hit the road with my bison nickels, and I'm gonna try to find myself a glug or 2.